anything like me, maybe your social media newsfeed is filled with beautiful births. Every birth is totally unique. There might be one thing that each birth has in common. It's kind of hidden in the background of all the excitement going on. You might see someone called a midwife crouched down behind a birthing person, either guiding their hands to catch their baby or simply just providing physical support. Midwife can attend home births, hospital births, and birth center births. There are different kinds of midwives. There are different laws and regulations in each state. Midwife is kind of really mysterious to me. I don't know what it is. There's just something about this person who leaves their home and maybe even their kids day or night to attend a birth. And a birth can last a whole day, maybe two. Of course, the midwife may not stay with you that long, but still, this is a person that is willing to drop everything to attend a birth, and births can get intense. There's something really incredible about that. And then they bring along this huge Mary Poppins looking bag, and I'm talking, they can fit so much medical supplies in this bag. A lot of people don't know that midwives bring a lot of medical supplies to births. So there's just something really interesting and mysterious about midwives to me. If you want to plan a home birth or are interested in home birth, take note on all the questions that I asked Deb about home birth and consider asking similar questions to a midwife and interviewing a midwife if you're planning or considering a home birth. I think that it's really important to discuss all options, especially plans and outcomes in birth.
I'm a midwife here in North Carolina. I've been a midwife for 18 years, graduated in 2001 with my master's in midwifery from Stony Brook University. For the first half of my career, I practiced primarily in the hospital setting. I had done some home birth as a student midwife and knew that that was the passion that I wanted to follow and direction I wanted to go in with my career, but my children were little at the time. And then in 2010, I opened up a home birth practice in Carrboro, North Carolina, and we have been serving the woman on and off for the past 9 years for home birth. We've attended about 150 births total at home, and I've attended about 1,200 total in my career. What brought me into midwifery was actually just meeting a group of midwives. You know, I went to go hear them speak when I was in my 20s and just really loved hearing what they had to say about how they cared for women and their families and the model of midwifery care versus the medical model. Just came from that meeting thinking that's exactly what I want to do. Went back and decided to get my bachelor's degree in nursing and then went on to get my master's in midwifery. Home birth, I just think it's the best place for a very low risk woman to give birth to her baby. I think it's best for the mom. I think it's best for the baby. I think less is best in birth. The labor and pregnancy is normal and there's no pathologic disease in the pregnancy. There is no reason to intervene. I'm actually fortunate that the first half of my career, I believe, was in the hospital because it gave me exposure to pathologic pregnancies, and it gave me exposure to the overuse of intervention, and unfortunately the results that can happen from the overuse of intervention are not so pleasant for mom or baby. Thank goodness we have hospitals. Thank goodness we have intervention when we need it. But for the vast majority of women, 85% of women who have healthy pregnancies, they don't need intervention. And I think that their best chance of having a unmedicated, low intervention or no intervention birth is in the home. I have a very hands-off approach with my care with my clients. During the labor particularly, I think less is best. We follow ACOG guidelines for intermittent auscultation of the baby, for vital signs for mom, but other than that, we really allow her to just labor And it's not us allowing her, it's just being present and letting it happen. So we just quietly attend her, and when she needs us, she lets us know. What I've noticed in my career is that even my first-time moms have had, very normal progressing labors. I think our longest labor at home was, 18 hours, which is actually, not that long when you consider some women are in labor for days. We have a 50% water birth rate. I'm a huge proponent of water birth. It's only for women who clearly want to have an unmedicated birth. And women do it. And they do it really, really well. And I feel very fortunate to have had the opportunity to be a part of witnessing it. My clients come from all walks of life. I don't think there's one particular type of client that chooses home birth. I think it's for any woman who desires a low intervention, unmedicated birth can have the opportunity for it. I wish the laws were different here in North Carolina. I think it's one of the unfortunate barriers to women accessing home birth here in North Carolina. The fact that, nurse midwives like myself need a supervising signature from a physician on our license, and the fact that non-nurse midwives have no licensure. So that's unfortunate, and I think if those laws were changed and midwives had more access to patients, then patients would be more likely to choose a home birth.